Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that plunges into complex topics and, well, pulls out the key insights so you can get informed fast. Today, we're doing a deep dive into a really interesting blueprint for building an AI business. A very lucrative one, apparently. But here's the twist. It targets a market that, honestly, most people in the AI space seem to completely ignore. So our mission is to unpack this AI business blueprint. It makes some pretty wild claims, like one person collecting $140,000 cash in 4 weeks, profit margins over 75%, and supposedly doing this working just, 3 hours a day? Now, those numbers grab your attention, obviously. But we want to dig into the system behind it. Does it actually hold up?
Exactly. And the story behind the entrepreneur is quite something, too. Started at 15, apparently bought an Aston Martin at 16. By 17, making 150K every 4 weeks, 80% margins. But like you said, it's a system we're interested in. Is this something replicable? What makes this approach different from, all the other AI agency models that seem to fizzle out?
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. The first thing that jumps out is the target market. It seems really counterintuitive. Why focus on what the source calls boomer-owned businesses? I mean, the internet's flooded with AI for SaaS, AI for e-commerce. Why them?
Well, that's kind of the core insight, isn't it? The blueprint argues that many popular AI models are actually pitfalls, big ones. It specifically calls out AI automation agencies, describes them as exhausting, countless hours building super complex systems for clients, and the payoff, maybe 5, maybe 10 grand, but it takes months, not really scalable.
Okay, exhausting. I get that. What else?
Then there are AI content agencies. The market's just swamped, right? Margins are thin, competition is brutal. It's a race to the bottom, basically.
It feels like everyone and their dog started one of those last year.
And finally, the source has this term, Innoden agencies. It sounds a bit dismissive, but it refers to those vague, kind of overhyped models, the ones that sound amazing but are too complex, hard to scale, or crucially, don't actually deliver real value the client can see, like AI vaporware.
Okay, so if those are the dead ends, where's the actual opportunity according to this blueprint? Where's the real gold mine?
It points to something much more, well, traditional. Home service and professional service businesses.
Like, give me some examples.
Roofers, HVAC companies, pool builders, solar installers, landscapers, the trades, and also professional services, bookkeepers, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, accountants, even law firms.
Not exactly the sexy tech startups everyone talks about.
No, but the blueprint calls them cash machines. Think about it, an average roofing job. That could be like $11,000, one job.
Okay, I see. High ticket value per customer. A small improvement makes a big difference.
Precisely. And why are they the ultimate opportunity? This is key. Many owners in these sectors, especially if they've been around for a while, they're often, let's say, stuck in the past, technologically.
Meaning they aren't fluent in AI. Or maybe even skeptical.
Yeah, exactly. They're not impressed by jargon or buzzwords about the future of AI. They care about profit today, now. And this technology gap, that's where the opportunity lies for someone offering a simple, results-driven AI system.
Okay, that makes sense. So the pitch becomes incredibly straightforward. You go to a roofer and say, look, give me $10,000 for this AI system. It helps you land one more job, and that one job brings in $11,000. Boom. Instant ROI. More than instant, really. So you're not selling complex tech. You're selling more money in their pocket right now. It's tangible.
That's the core idea. It's about immediate, demonstrable value, not confusing them with the nuts and bolts of the AI itself.
But what about that skepticism? How do you get past the initial AI sounds complicated and expensive reaction?
Good question. The blueprint stresses keeping it simple. Show, don't just tell, maybe quick case studies. Or a really simple demo showing the AI working for their type of business. Solve their problem first, explain the tech later, if ever.
Got it. So focus on the outcome.
Absolutely. And to sell effectively, you need to understand what drives their revenue. It boils down to 3 pillars for pretty much any service business. First, lead generation. They need a steady stream of potential customers. Simple enough.
Right. Leads coming in the door.
Second, sales appointments. You got to turn those leads into actual conversations, book meetings where they can pitch.
Leads to appointments. Makes sense.
And third, obviously, closing deals. Turning those appointments into paying customers. That's the final step.
Okay, leads, appointments, closing. So where does this AI agency model fit in? Which parts does it handle?
It focuses specifically on the first two. Supercharging lead generation and then automatically turning those leads into booked sales appointments. The idea is you deliver those qualified appointments on a silver platter to the client.
Ah, so the agency doesn't do the closing. The roofer or the accountant or whoever still needs to actually sell their service in that appointment.
Exactly. The agency gets them the at-bat, the client needs to hit the home run. But getting consistent at-bats is huge for these businesses.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting then. How do they do that? Generate leads and book appointments with AI and still make those massive 70–80% profit margins. What's the magic sauce?
It's what the blueprint calls the two-step AI offer. And it's clever because it relies heavily on outsourcing. Step one is lead generation using white label marketing agencies.
White label.
Wow.
Meaning someone else does the work, but it looks like it's coming from your agency.
Precisely. You find specialized agencies that are already experts at running Google ads, Facebook ads, whatever platform works for that niche. They run the campaigns under your brand. You don't need to become a marketing guru yourself. You leverage their expertise.
Okay, that saves a ton of headache. What does that typically cost?
The source suggests it's usually around $1,000 to $2,000 per client deal you close. So if you charge $10K.
Right, you've already got a huge chunk of profit built in just from that step. The blueprint mentions specific platforms, like Stealth Manager.
Yeah, it gives examples like go.cmanager.com, places where you can essentially plug into professional ad management infrastructure without building it yourself.
Okay, so step one is outsourced lead gen. What's step two? Getting the appointments booked.
Step two is converting leads into appointments with AI callers. This is where specific AI tools come in, like Send-in-Flow AI mentioned in the source.
AI callers, like robocalls. People hate those.
No, that's the key point. These are supposedly hyper-realistic AI callers, so human-like in their voice, tone, and conversation flow that the lead apparently doesn't even realize it's not a person.
Really? That advanced?
That's the claim. These AI callers instantly contact the leads generated in step one, have a natural conversation, handle objections, and book the appointment directly into the client's calendar.
Okay, that's pretty powerful if it works as described. And you don't build this AI caller yourself either?
Nope, outsourced again. The blueprint suggests hiring freelancers for this, specifically finding a Send-in-Flow AI caller developer on a site like Upwork.com.
Upwork. Okay, how much does that part cost?
The source mentions a fixed price, maybe around $500 per setup. It even suggests using Upwork's AI job builder tool to find the right person, often cost-effectively from places like Southeast Asia or Eastern Europe.
Wow. Okay, so the whole model relies heavily on smart outsourcing. You're not the technician, you're the architect.
That's the perfect analogy. You design the system, plug in the expert components, the white label ad agency, the freelance AI developer, and you manage the process.
And that's how someone could potentially work only, say, 3 hours a day, but still run a highly profitable operation. You're overseeing, not doing all the grunt work.
Exactly. Let's run the numbers again.
Yeah.
Client pays you $10,000.
Okay.
You pay maybe $1,500, let's say, to the white label agency for the ads.
Right.
You pay $500 to the Upwork freelancer to set up the AI caller.
Okay.
That leaves you with $8,000 profit for one client. That's an 80% margin, just like the claims.
That is impressive on paper, but it sounds like finding the right partners, the right white label agency, the right freelancer is absolutely critical. Any pitfalls there?
Definitely. The blueprint warns against just picking the cheapest option. You have to vet them. Set clear expectations, track performance. It's smart delegation, not just blind outsourcing. Quality control is still your job as the architect.
Makes sense. You get what you pay for, even with outsourcing.
Right. So you've got this potentially very profitable offer dialed in. Now, how do you get clients? The blueprint covers that too, right?
It does. Two main strategies highlighted. First one, Meta ads, Facebook and Instagram.
Why Meta for these sort of traditional business owners?
Because apparently they are on their phones, scrolling Facebook, scrolling Instagram, just like everyone else. Maybe even more so during downtime.
Okay, interesting. So what do the ads look like? Super slick video productions.
Nope. Simple is key, according to the source, often just text-based ads. Very direct, benefit-driven messages like, attention HVAC owners. Our AI system scales your business to $30K, $75K a month in profit. Click here. Simple. Bold promise.
Or maybe for solar guys, solar business owners, stop paying for leads. Get 30-50 sales calls booked monthly with our AI system. Direct pain point, direct solution.
Exactly. The source does mention you can use AI tools like DALL-E or Arcads.ai to generate images or even AI actors if you want a more visual ad. But the core is the simple, powerful message.
Got it. So Meta ads is one channel. What's the second strategy?
YouTube content.
Leveraging educational content. How does that work for this audience?
The psychology is interesting. These business owners, they hit a ceiling. They know they need help scaling beyond just referrals or local flyers. So where do they go?
They search online. How to get more roofing leads, scale my landscaping business.
Exactly. They hit YouTube looking for free advice.
So you create videos answering those specific questions.
Yeah, and the videos don't need to be Hollywood productions, just solid insights. Position yourself as an authority who understands their specific industry and challenges.
What kind of titles work?
Things like how real estate agents can book 10, 15 listing appointments monthly using AI. Very specific.
Or scale your HVAC business to $100 K. 7 minutes on AI strategy.
Yeah, or even how I built an AI solar agent generating $100,000 a month in new deals.
Yeah.
Big claims, but focused on results.
And the goal isn't just views, right? It's to get them to take the next step.
Absolutely. Share value, build trust, and then have a clear call to action in every video. Click the link below to book a free strategy call. Drive them into the funnel.
Okay, so you've got leads coming in from Meta ads or YouTube content.
Yeah.
What happens next? Walk us through the sales funnel the blueprint recommends.
Right. It's pretty detailed. First, they hit a landing page. Super important that it's niche specific.
So not a generic AI for businesses page.
No way. It should scream, I understand roofers, or I get HVAC challenges like roofers. 10x your profits in 90 days with our Shingle.ai system, something like that. Collect name, email, phone, basic stuff.
Okay, they fill out the form. Then what?
Redirect straight to a calendar booking page. Schedule the call right then and there. This page should reiterate the benefits, build a bit more excitement.
Makes sense. Capture the intent immediately. What happens after they book?
This is clever. They get sent a pre-call video. Maybe 30, even 60 minutes long.
An hour-long video. Will people watch that?
Apparently, yes, if it's valuable. The goal is to take them from interested or skeptical to basically pre-sold before you even talk to them. Explain the system, share case studies, testimonials, nurture them.
Okay, pre-selling with content. Smart.
Yeah.
But what about the people who fill out the form but don't book a call right away?
That's where the AI-powered follow-up kicks in.
Yeah.
And the blueprint describes it as relentless, multi-channel.
Relentless. Tell me more.
Okay, first, an AI SMS campaign starts almost immediately, like 6 minutes after they submit the form, then follow-ups, 1 hour later, 24 hours, 48 hours, ongoing.
Wow, okay. Text hitting them quickly.
And at the same time, that send-and-flow AI caller we talked about, it calls them right after they submit the form.
The AI calls them immediately.
Yep. Tries to get them on the phone, have that natural conversation, and book the call. If it doesn't connect, it tries again and again. 1 hour, 3 hours, 24 hours, even weekly, until they either book or opt out.
That is persistent. What about email?
Yeah, email too. A sequence of maybe 10 emails kicks off. The source even suggests using AI, like Claude, trained in the style of a master copywriter like Dan Kennedy.
Using AI to write like Dan Kennedy.
Yeah.
That's specific.
Right. The goal is high-converting copy to reinforce the offer, build trust, and constantly drive them back to that calendar booking page.
Okay, that whole follow-up system, SMS, AI calls, email, sounds intense. Is that level of persistence really necessary for these business owners? Does it risk annoying them?
That's a fair question. The blueprint's perspective seems to be that these owners are busy, they get distracted, a single touch point is easily missed or forgotten.
So the persistence cuts through the noise.
That seems to be the idea. The relentless automated follow-up ensures the lead doesn't just go cold because they got busy putting out a fire, you know? It keeps your solution top of mind until they take action.
Okay, so the funnel nurtures them, the follow-up gets them booked. Now the final step, the actual sales call, closing the deal. How do you close a $10,000 deal with potentially skeptical business owner?
The blueprint strategy here is interesting. It says you need to make them feel almost foolish for not signing up.
How do you do that without being pushy?
By using hard data, showing them the reality of the market and the clear ROI.
Like industry reports.
Exactly. The source suggests grabbing free reports or insights, maybe from places like McKinsey.com, that talk about AI's impact in their industry or similar ones. Show them the train is leaving the station.
Okay, establish the broader trend. Then what?
Then bring it down to their bottom line with an ROI calculator. This seems crucial.
How does that work?
You ask them, what does it cost you now to get a booked appointment? Maybe you have a person doing outreach, maybe you buy leads. Let's say it costs them $150 per booked call currently.
Okay, establish their current cost.
Then you show them, with our AI system, based on the lead flow and the AI caller efficiency, your cost per booked appointment drops to, say, $46.
The contrast. Makes the savings undeniable.
Precisely. The numbers do the selling. Then you present the offer itself really simply. No jargon.
Just lay it out.
Yeah. $10,000. We set up the AI-powered ads, we launch them, we build the AI caller that books appointments right into your calendar. You'll start seeing results, appointments booked within days. Clear, simple, fast results.
Focus on the immediate outcome and the clear financial benefit. Makes sense for that audience.
So, wrapping this deep dive up, we've really unpacked a specific, kind of unconventional blueprint for building an AI business, a potentially very profitable one. The core idea seems to be finding that underserved market, these traditional service businesses, understanding their real pain points, which are usually about leads and booked jobs.
Right, not about having the fanciest new tech.
And then using smart outsourcing to deliver a simple AI-driven solution focused purely on ROI.
Yeah, the key takeaways really are, don't overlook these boring traditional businesses. There's huge opportunity there. Second, that two-step offer, outsource lead gen plus AI appointment setting, seems powerful because it leverages expertise and keeps your own costs low. And third, communication is key. Talk results, talk ROI, talk dollars and cents, not complex AI features. Solve their immediate problem.
So what does all this mean for you listening right now? Well, it's definitely food for thought. Maybe consider what other seemingly old-school industries or niches are out there, just waiting for a simple, practical AI transformation. And maybe think about that architect mindset. How could designing systems and strategically outsourcing the pieces unlock more freedom and potentially more wealth in whatever you're building? Something to chew on.